Bills were over the cap, so they released cornerback Tre'Davious White, safety and team captain Jordan Poyer, center and team captain Mitch Morse, among others. The moves, which included some contract restructuring, saved the Bills almost $40 million in cap space. So, Nick.
Why don't you do the voice, Wilds? Do the voice.
What's my voice?
Your little making fun of me, doing your little nerd pocket protector voice. Do the voice, Wilds. Now it's good to have someone that understands salary cap on the show. Oh, now all of a sudden the cap's real. Now all of a sudden the dollars matter.
Get my retainer. When you look at the numbers, guys, that's Von Miller's contract really killing you.
Exactly right.
You guys took your shots at the Chiefs and missed, and now you got to deal with the consequences.
Exactly right. Thank you, Wilds. And you guys think it's all fun and games. Ever the Saints media has tricked everyone to think, no, the cap's fake. No, it's not fake, America. Every dollar you pay a player shows up on some year's cap sheet. And I am not saying that it is always a mistake to borrow from the future versions of your team. Mm-hmm. The Rams did it right when they got Stafford, won a damn Super Bowl.
And now they're back.
Right, and then took their medicine, then tried to repeat, couldn't. Took their medicine for a year or two, but they actually were better in the second year of it than they thought. Now they're back. The Bucs went all in with Brady, kept going all in until he left, took their medicine. Baker made it so the medicine wasn't even that bad, and now they're clean of it. So it's not always the wrong decision. What is painful is when you take your shot the way Buffalo did and you whiff entirely. And now you are in a spot where you should be the meat of Josh Allen's prime, and instead of adding, you're subtracting. And that is a painful place to be. And so I'm not surprised the Bills are cleaning house because I have Spot Rack Premium, and I study this stuff. And
I didn't know there was a premium.
Premium, yeah, $62 a year. It's about $60 I spend every year. Yeah, you can see it coming. And so they accepted it, and you made fun of me, but it's true. The Von Miller contract is killing them. Mm-hmm. And even though he took a little less money yesterday, Brew, and so this is what you got to do in order to be cap compliant by March 13th, unless you wanted to borrow even more heavily and then really have to tear it down. And this was only a halfway tear down.
Yeah, Poyer, you hate to see him go. He's a very good player. Tre'Davious White is great, but he played 10 games the last 2 years.
Yep.
Only played 11 the year before that. So he really hasn't been healthy in like the last 3 years. Mm-hmm. So you see him go, even though he's a big name. So, it's Nick's right about what they had to do. I want to get to your next question.
Hold on. Before we get to the next question, can I just then show you one thing real quick? Because we do have the tail of the tape now, because all the ballots are in on the Babe Ruth trade of the NFL. Because Trey White was the last piece remaining from what the Bills got for trading the greatest player to ever play. So let's just see how it worked out for him. At least in the Babe Ruth trade, they were, Henry Frizee was able to produce No Nanette, the Broadway play he was trying to finance with his $125,000.
Wasn't it like
That's
85
a disaster.
years before they won?
Yes, that though they have no players left from it. They won nothing during it, and the Chiefs have 8 years left of Mahomes' deal and have already won 3 Super Bowls. It's a pretty tough pill to swallow. It's a pretty tough pill to swallow. Go ahead.
I think it'd be nicer to the Bills.
What do you mean? Because they
Even if they
really?
had all those players,
Were
they
Yankees
still
nice to
lost
the
out
Red
on
Sox
Patrick
after for 100 years? No.
Not really until Mariano Rivera
exactly.
gave up the lead. Odds to win the AFC. KC's at 1. That's no surprise. Baltimore's at 2. Bills still at 3. Joe Burrow and the Bengals at 4. Then it's the Dolphins with their sweet, sweet uniform.
That's a social media
at 5.
He loves the turquoise.
He loves the Dolphins.
I like the Dolphins.
He likes the Dolphin when he wears a helmet. Okay. Is the Bills' Super Bowl window still open, bro?
Yeah, it's going to be open as long as Josh Allen is in his prime. Now, the problem that Buffalo and Allen have is the same problem that Lamar and Joe Burrow and C.J. Stroud and Justin Herbert and all these guys have, is that Mahomes is there. Now, he's not going to win it every year, so one of them's got to get it in a year he doesn't win it. But they're going to be what they have been the last several years, which is one of those. I'm not picking them to win the AFC, but they can win 10, 11 games, maybe more, and be in the hunt of the group chasing Kansas City. Because here's the thing, Nick. Offensively, most of these, other than the center, most of the guys they released on the defensive side of the ball. All right, they still got Stephon Diggs. We'll see if that ends up being the case. We'll see what happens with Gabe Davis, but Shakir looks like he's going to be pretty good. James Cook, like all their offensive guys that made them move last year are still there, and they may go out and get somebody else. All right. Defensively, and I think this is probably part of why they did what they did yesterday, they're looking at it like Matt Milano missed 12 games. Trey White, I said, missed 13. Rasul Douglas missed 11. Daquan Jones missed 10. And we still had the fourth best defense in the league in terms of points allowed. So I think defensively, Nick, they're still going to be good. And then offensively, they're kind of similar to what they are. So they'll still be in the hunt.
Okay. Other than Josh Allen, is there a single great player on the Bills?
You don't think Stephon's great?
I don't know if he still is. I know.
I think Milano.
Milano coming off the injury. I don't know
assuming
if
he's back to what he was.
I mean, that's a tough age, tough position coming off that injury. I think he was.
Right.
So Milano maybe. Diggs was like the 45th best receiver in the league for the final 3 months.
But Diggs possibly. I mean, he's still,
that felt like it was by design.
Their tight ends are good. They're not best in the league, but
yeah,
they got two good tight ends.
Dawson, they spent the high pick on Dalton Kincaid. Dawson Knox fine. I thought they had an overrated roster before they cut their best corner, both their safeties. There's the center they've had for the entirety of Josh Allen's prime. Like, there's a lot. Can I interest you, Wilds?
Sure.
Can I interest you?
Are you going to do it?
And an impromptu? Okay. What is it?
It's called Title Pie.
Title Pie. Put it on the screen.
Real graphic.
Oh, there's the graphic.
Okay.
For this, the AFC.
Take that off quickly.
Wait, no, why?
Get Jacksonville out of there.
You don't think
I don't care.
Hold on.
They should be.
0.5%.
Okay.
Jacksonville
Get
should
them
be.
out.
Hold on one second.
Get them out.
I can put the Chargers on, but not Jacksonville when they play in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Jacksonville won.
they got somebody
hold
named
on, just wait 1 second.
Harbaugh.
I know you're focusing on the wrong parts of the.
Sorry, jumped out like a
All right,
hair
so
in the
I
soup.
understand people are going to say the Chiefs having 80% insane. However, the Chiefs have a 100% chance to be in the final two, the AFC title game, because that's where their season starts every year.
Yeah.
So that puts them at 50 before a play is played. And they'll be a big favorite in that game if anyone's learned their lesson. So 80% might be a little conservative. And so then I give Cincinnati and Houston what we would call a puncher's chance. Buffalo right after. Baltimore, I think, because they're about to lose significant pieces. And then the young quarterbacks that we'll see in Herbert and Trevor. I think that's more than fair. So that's where I give not quite as good of a chance as C.J. Stroud, but a slightly better chance than Trevor Lawrence and the Jags. That's how I feel about the Bills. They're fourth for title pie.
I mean, I know that we're in the tiny slivers of title pie, but why did all of a sudden the Texans get the nod over Baltimore?
What do you mean? Because it's a new year, because the Texans should be better and they can add pieces. Baltimore's going to be worse and losing pieces. And I trust C.J. Stroud
more than Lamar Jackson?
Yes. Yes.
You know he was down on Lamar big time last year.
Oh, and how'd that work out
one
for me?
MVP.
I'm just saying,
How'd that work out for me?
Lamar big
I just
time.
saw Lamar.
Got one MVP.
Look, yeah, I understand. And then threw into triple coverage in the fourth quarter of a playoff game that he was favored to win at home.
Stop running. That's what he should do.
Yeah,
Lamar,
okay.
Don't be afraid to run the
Okay,
ball.
you know what? Here's another reason I like C.J. Stroud. Nobody gets mad if C.J. Stroud keeps throwing. So nobody's like, gosh darn it, C.J., why don't you tuck and run more? So yeah,
MVP.
The Texans.
Unanimous.
He was great last year.
But you feel like he shouldn't have won it.
Who, Lamar? I think
Who'd
he
you
should have
think
won.
should have won
Mahomes.
Last year?
I don't know. He won Super Bowl.
I mean,
I knew he
Super
would do
Bowl
it.
MVP, yes.
I knew he would do it. Yeah, yell at him like
Regular
I did.
season MVP, stop.
Well, the regular season, then he carried him to the Super Bowl.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.